Welcome back to the channel. Today we are outside of a house that one of my clients recently got under contract. Today is inspection day, and I figured it would be a great idea to take you along, introduce you to my inspector, and give you a really good idea as far as what this process looks like. That way, when you're ready to buy a home, you can be educated and know exactly what to expect.
It just was so surprised, even around that little diamond thing at the top. I mean, it was really...
Today we're here with Rob Renfro, who's an inspector that I've been working with since my very first day in real estate. Literally, the first house that we represented a buyer on, Rob came through. I was introduced to him through an old colleague, and we've been working with him ever since. So, today I just wanted to ask you, Rob, how did you get into the industry, and what does it take to become a licensed home inspector here in Washington State?
I've been doing home inspections for 20 years now. Back when I started, licensing wasn't required, but I believe it was 2009 you had to get licensed to become a home inspector. I believe that involves 120 hours in the classroom and then passing, I think, a couple of tests through the state and then passing those tests to get your license.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're coming through these houses, what exactly is the role of a home inspector? What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Yeah. So, really a home inspector is going to be a third set of eyes, a private party who's coming in who doesn't really have anything to gain or lose in the sale of this house. We work for the buyer, and we are just someone who has been doing, like for me, for 20 years, who are going to run all the systems and components, whether it be electrical, heating and air conditioning, roofing, structure, crawl space, all of those components in places that, most people don't think to look.
All right, before we get too far along in the process, I wanted to share exactly how we got to this point. About a week ago, my clients and I found this property and they decided they wanted to move forward writing an offer. In that offer, we included an inspection contingency. What that means is essentially the sale of this home is contingent upon the satisfaction of a home inspection. So typically we see this window of time be about 10 days after mutual acceptance. So in this case, the client had 10 days once they got their offer accepted to schedule an inspector, have the inspection done, and then decide how they wanted to respond to that report. I wanted to share that you have the ability to choose an inspector that you want to work with. I have plenty that I work with here locally and about a list of 3 to 5 that we work with on a regular basis. I'll be sure to share that list with you, but then you can go ahead, reach out to them directly, feel free to have a conversation, see if it's somebody that you feel like is a good fit, and then you can schedule at a time that works well for you. I always recommend being here for the home inspection. It's so important as you're walking through the house, not only to see the defects, but just to get a really good understanding of the home that you're about to purchase, because this is one of the only opportunities that you're gonna have to spend hours inside the home with a professional to understand where all the key features, where the systems, things like the water shutoff are really important to know. Just to be aware, a home inspection is typically gonna cost anywhere from $500 to $750, depending on the size of the home. That is the cost of the buyer, and whether they decide to move forward or they decide to back out, that cost is gonna be there. So it's really important to know that ahead of time.
And part of the inspection process is being very systematic, because it's easy to come into a house and say, well, there's a problem here, but you may miss the big problem somewhere else because you don't have a system to go through that house.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just for fun, what do you think's the wildest thing you've seen at a home inspection?
Oh my gosh. Bones in a crawl space, possibly, where I had to call the police. That might have been.
All right, let's hope.
That might have been one.
Let's hope we do not see that today. As Rob mentioned a few times, his job is to do a deep visual inspection of the home so you know exactly what you're getting into. In that report, sometimes he's gonna have recommendations for secondary inspections. For example, if he gets up on the roof and he sees maybe some signs of water damage or there's something going on that he has concerns about, he might give you the recommendation to have a licensed roofer out to the house to get a secondary inspection so they can really take a deep dive into that single component of the house. We actually write the contracts in a way to where you have an automatic extension if you decide to use it for those secondary inspections. So it can be a really great opportunity just to make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. All right, we're officially wrapped up at the house. Rob, can you share a little bit about what goes on once you're done as far as finishing up the inspection, putting the report together, and what you give to the buyers?
Take all the information home, go to my home office, create the inspection report. It'll have all the photographs, it'll have ideas of how to maintain the home, information about water shutoffs and gas supply and things like that. And then I will email a PDF file that'll have all that information that they can keep forever.
Perfect, perfect. And typically, how long do you think it takes for us to get that report back once you're done?
Almost always that evening.
Absolutely.
Always same day.
That's why we love working with them. Rob, we appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
And I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Now, once you're finished inspecting everything and you have all the information that you need, you have the inspection response. So what you're allowed to do is one of three things. You can decide, hey, we are comfortable moving forward with the home and we want to buy it as is. Your second option is you can decide to back out. If you decide this house is not for us, we don't feel comfortable, you have the ability to walk away from the contract and you will get your earnest money back. Now, the third option is to ask for either credits or repairs. So what that means is based on what you found in the inspection, you can either ask for the seller to take care of those items, oftentimes by a licensed contractor, or you can ask for a dollar amount so you can go take on those items yourself. Now, it's important that you know exactly what all three of your options are so you can make the best decision moving forward and feel confident and excited when purchasing your home. And that is a wrap. My name is Sam Burke. I'm a local realtor here in Snohomish County, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you're interested in more content like this, you want to know more about the home buying process, the home selling process, or just Snohomish County real estate in general, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel where we make content like this all the time. If you ever need anything regarding residential real estate, reach out to me directly. All of my information is down below.